Where are you at? Where are you at now? Did you forget?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys, I'm just calling to check in and see what you guys are up to. You guys haven't been playing a ton of shows lately. It's kind of like you're sequestered somewhere.
Ooh, sequestered.
Yeah, would you say that's true?
Sounds dirty though.
Well, I hear a little rumor that you guys are currently recording a new EP. Are you guys currently recording or are you guys getting ready?
Yes.
Just recorded
And then going to be putting out a 7-inch
Oh wow.
with Fast Weapons.
7 inches.
$1 an inch.
$1 an inch.
Alright, and so is that gonna be like an A-side, B-side single or?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And so in terms of the actual EP, how many songs are on that?
4, I believe.
Right?
Oh, yes, 4.
To be printed
Free to be
on a
printed.
7-inch, and a fourth one to show up somewhere else.
How did that come about with Fast Weapons?
Well, how it came about was we toured with Gossip. Fast Weapons is a label that is owned by Nathan of the Gossip.
So in terms of the Gossip tour, did that guys get you like wanting to do, like wanting to go back in the studio or wanting to hit the road? Like how did that influence you in your
Definitely,
sound?
I feel like that was the part we were planning on making another release this year, and that opportunity definitely like kind of pushed us forward to get started on it. Probably maybe a little bit sooner, but we would have definitely still been in the studio.
So with your guys' sound, it's listed on your Bandcamp as being queer soul punk. And like I always feel whenever I've seen you live or I'm actually listening, it's almost like a revival of sorts. But then there's also an edge, but it really does feel like revival in the sense of music, but revival in the sense of like energy, raw. And then I saw a post on Facebook from Ben about how he just took his first bass lesson, just like playing bass for quite a while. So is the rawness still intact? Are you guys learning instruments like more so, or like for cleaner sounds, or?
I think we're kind of all over the board with how we've been trained musically, either whether we're self-taught or learn through another musician. But I don't think it's going to necessarily change the way we sound. If only it's going to make us a little more complicated,
Oh, really?
which is a good thing, I think.
Definitely have to clean up our act for recording a little bit. Learn how to play my instrument.
We like to get down and dirty, pretty much. Like
Yeah.
that's like we like to get all sequestered up on stage. So I mean, I feel like
That's the name of my
kind
new
that
night.
revival energy that you feel like when you see us. We very much live for like the live performance
Yeah.
aspect. So we really like kind of just our music is just really kind of like straight up, you know, has that heart and soul.
So how do you capture that though when you're recording? Are you guys recording live?
We're recording live. We did the instruments live and then overdubbed
And then
the vocals to keep the energy levels up.
Yeah, and in terms of energy levels up, that's definitely your show. And thinking of your shows, do you guys have any fun stories or funny stories from recent shows or even from the tour?
God. I don't know if I can say them on a videotape.
PG-13.
We had a ridiculous start to our tour. Got broken into in our first
show. We drove across the country.
We got like Ethiopian food for like 20 minutes in DC in broad daylight and got broken into, and then
Yeah,
That
it
was-
kind of like was a chain reaction because some of their passports were stolen. And
No.
yeah,
Oh,
and
you
we
had
had
to
to
go to Canada.
yeah, we had to go to Canada. So
How did that work?
They had to go to like New Hampshire and get expedited passports, which were like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
But it ended up working out.
How?
It just worked out.
Wow.
I don't know how it worked out, but it did.
It was a-
It happened within like 3 or 4 days.
yeah, we were in Boston and New Hampshire wasn't that far away. So Anna,
Luckily.
yeah, so Anna and our friend Aaron drove like through the night to New Hampshire after they dropped us way out like an hour the other direction from Boston.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Shout out.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic
And
boat.
so the next day, they didn't even have that passport still, but they were going to overnight them to
Brooklyn.
And we were playing in Brooklyn.
we missed the opening act. We were supposed to be on in like a half hour, and we popped a flat tire getting off the freeway in Queens, trying to get to our show in
We
Brooklyn.
were like going to be right
As the opener is like going on, and then the cab gets us, and they backline all our gear at the venue, and Aaron stays with the van, and in the cab it's playing on the radio, "I Will Survive," and it was a kind of ridiculous moment, and we made it.
It was a really good show.
Yeah, it was great. Didn't think we'd make it.
We were ready to play at that point.
Yeah! Wow! Oh my gosh, do you ever have to like psych yourself into playing? Because it doesn't seem like you had time with that.
Sometimes I have to drink myself into playing. Fireball.
Oh, Fireball, that's fire.
It's pretty much our
It's
lifeblood.
like party girl booze.
In terms of parties, this might not be PG-13 either, but is there any good parties that you guys can recall in recent times that you guys have played or even attended?
In Minnesota, we partied with a queer dude who told us that his cats were gender neutral when he stayed over at his house. And that was more Portlandia than anything I've encountered in Portland.
Are you guys ready to hit the road again? Like,
No, I feel like that was like our initiation. Like everything went wrong that could have possibly
Yeah.
gone wrong, and everything that went right was right too. So
It was amazing.
it was like we got tour days.
Go right.
It was like we joined the frat of touring.
oh, that's so cool. Now all I can think about is gender neutral cats. You know, queerness is definitely part of your identity. How do you feel that informs your music?
It's like when you are something, or when you like identify with something like queerness, or like anything that we are all like so complex and like have many identities. I feel like it just can't help but to come out like through that lens. So we don't necessarily sit down and write a song about like queer, like a queer agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
But things like living life is like inherently political and always like about something underlying, and I feel like that just comes out.
I think one way I can sort of answer is that I've always sort of been intimidated by the macho culture surrounding like guitar or drums or a lot of different like kind of like douchiness that comes with rock music. So I think that kind of taking a sort of like long path towards just being in a pretty straightforward rock band has been something that's sort of influenced by being queer, because I think I wanted to avoid playing that kind of music because I associate it with sort of a macho like heterosexual culture in a way. if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
totally.
So
No,
it's
that
coming up against that and then just sort of reclaiming it and then not really having an issue with it anymore, not having an issue with like wanting to shred on guitar because that's like for other people. Now it's just like something I want to do.
All right, well, I'm getting a call on my actual phone, so I think it's time to go, but it was great chatting.
Bye.
Farewell. Bye bye.